Jain friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. On anybody, punishments are exceptionally harsh in the United States of America. So this nonsense of the Khalistanis becomes very difficult. The laws are very harsh in America. Everything from India, watch Indian movies, want to play in IPL, want to act in Bollywood. Why in God's name did you create a different country? For what? Jain friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. My apologies, my friends, that I could not record a video yesterday. The team said that we've been recording for months on end, every single day without a break, and we need a day's break. And they told me that you also need a break. So I took a break, the team took a break, and we are back again today being Sunday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 2-3 things. Niger. I used to call it Niger all my life, but apparently it was a French colony till the 60s, and the French pronunciation of Niger is not Niger, but Niger. So in Niger, this democratically elected government and the name of the president is Mahmoud Bazoum. Mahmoud Bazoum was overthrown by, the military there, and they have come and taken over. The country is on the brink of a civil war. Hostilities have broken out. There is mortar firing, there is shelling, there are tanks, there are BMPs there is automatic machine gun fire, AK-47s, grenades, the whole jing bang. Very soon, it's going to turn the country absolutely upside down, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Government of India has told all Indian citizens in Niger that it's only a matter of time. Leave as soon as you can. Leave as soon as you can, as early as you can, because the thing might blow up. I was just looking at the map of Africa. Nigeria is down below, Niger is up there, and then, it goes all the way upstairs to Europe. It goes to Europe. I don't know, you read about stuff on social media, you read about things here and there, and then you look at the map. Being a former army officer, I tend to find answers in the map. And my CEO, God bless his soul, the late Colonel Kaushlendra Pathak, my first CEO, always said that whenever you get confused about anything, look at the map, look at the map. And he said that if you look at the map long enough, the map will speak to you. So at that point in time, I said, what is the CEO saying? It doesn't make any sense to me. And, possibly, because affectionately, commanding officers are called, they're called affectionately the old man. That is what they say in the army, the old man. I said, the old man, what's the old man saying? I don't know, what's all this? But today I realized that the old man was right. And he was absolutely spot on. Colonel Kaushlendra Pathak told me so many times, he says, Gaurav, whenever you get confused, look at the map very closely. The map will speak to you. There is this line that goes to Europe here. And what is important about that line? The important thing about that line is that Nigeria is flush with oil. Nigeria is amongst the top oil producing countries in the world, with the top oil companies in the world, especially American oil companies, in Nigeria. Also the fact that since Russian oil supplies to Europe are dwindling, and the Russian oil supplies are now not there for Europe, because NATO has taken an aggressive posture, and the Russians, Vladimir Putin, has taken a very aggressive posture. While it is going to Europe through India or through other sources, but directly, that pipeline, that oil pipeline has stalled. Europe needs oil, and where is this oil going to come from? One of the sources which is close to Europe, not very far, is Nigeria. And Nigeria has got a lot of oil. I'm just wondering to what extent is the trouble in Niger because of all this. I could be totally wrong. I could be way off base, and I'm willing to admit that I could be wrong. I'm just saying I don't know. It could be possible. Okay. Now, we have another news coming from New Delhi, and in New Delhi, what has happened is that, UK has announced funding to fight Khalistani extremism and terrorism, and Foreign Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and UK Security Minister Tom Tugendhat. So Mr. Tugendhat was here. He's the Security Minister of the UK. He was here in India. He met Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, and before that, he met the National Security Advisor, Mr. Ajit Doval, and meeting both of them, they've decided to come up with this small corpus. And this is supposed to fight Khalistani extremism. I personally feel, and I'm not qualified to comment because there are very senior people here who have half a decade worth of experience, and I'm literally nobody in this field. But if at all, India and the UK both don't lack money, but if there is public funding required, I'm extremely happy to contribute, and I think NRIs all over the world will be very happy to contribute to this fund, which will be based out of UK, and this will be used to fight against Khalistani extremism because, 95,000 pounds is nothing. It's about 1 crore, give or take a few lakhs. It's about 1 crore, and that is nothing. That is what? That is nothing. You need to fight this. You need a fund that is at least 100 million pounds annually to get rid of all this. 100 million pounds, and India should be happy to just tell UK that you need 100 million pounds a year. We are happy to write a check. These are the deliverables. Just do it. This is how we need to take this up now. What are they saying? Terrorist activities, like attacking high commissions, like attacking consulates, like attacking embassies in the case of the United States of America. Now in America, all these things have, a person can on the sly throw a Molotov cocktail and try and burn the San Francisco, consulate. But in America, these things are not easy. In America, the punishments are extremely harsh, and the Americans normally don't take nonsense like the Europeans do. You can walk over a European, you just have to say free speech, and you can walk over a European. The Americans are a highly militaristic race, something like what the Europeans were 80 years back, 90 years back. The Americans, they're well armed, and there is this sense of the law coming down like a hammer on anybody. Punishments are exceptionally harsh in the United States of America. So this nonsense of the Khalistanis becomes very difficult. The laws are very harsh in America. Not so in Europe. In Europe, you can say freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and get away with all sorts of terrorist activities, which is why most of these terror activities and these terrorists, take refuge. They take advantage of European laws and European freedoms and European constitutions, and then they park themselves in Europe. And the United Kingdom is the global capital of sedition. I mean, it all happens there, has been happening there for the past so many decades. Now, coming back to the point, one of the things that Mr. Tunganhat spoke about, he went to Calcutta, there was a ministerial meeting of G20, and one of the things that he spoke about was fraud. And he says there's child abuse, there is trafficking. So in case of trafficking, again Khalistanis. In case of fraud, again Khalistanis. And Khalistanis are people who have betrayed India. Many of them born in India, betrayed India just for that piece of paper called a visa, a visa to Canada, a visa to UK, US, or Australia, or any Western country, liberal Western country, all for that piece of paper. So for the Khalistanis, it's absolutely fine. If you've got to cheat. If you've got to steal, if you've got to lie. If you've got to, cook up a story against India and say that my human rights were violated in India and my family was massacred in India, it's absolutely okay. Just say anything as long as you can go to Canada and drive a cab. It's all right. Anything for that. They will go to any extent, any extreme. So this has started off in the United Kingdom. All right. This has started off in the United Kingdom, but India is planning to take it up with every country where there is Khalistani presence. And this entire thing of fraud, right, and scams, immigration scams, this is something that I've been saying for quite some time, and I'm glad that the government has brought it up. It's very simple. The thing is that a lot of Khalistanis, 99% of Khalistanis actually, I would say 100%, they have lied about the fact that they were politically victimized. And, it's very strange that the British or the Americans or the Australians or people from Canada, the government of Canada, or even the European Union for that matter, the UK is separate from the European Union after Brexit. So, nobody ever said that, because Khalistanis essentially hail from Indian Punjab, why is it that nobody else in India or from India. India has got so many states, so many union territories. Why is nobody claiming victimization, political victimization in India? Why are they coming from a certain geography? No, nobody questioned this. And what the Khalistanis have done is given our Sikhs brothers and sisters a bad name. I keep on interacting with so many Sikh brothers and sisters and uncles and aunties, very, very senior, very elderly people, 60, 70, 80 years of age. And they keep on saying that we are sick and tired of these Khalistanis, but we don't know what to do. We are afraid because they are criminals, all of them. That is what they say. They're criminals, all of them. They've taken over the Gurdwara Sahibs. They do drugs, they do murders. They're petty criminals, these Khalistanis. So anyway, what this agency is going to do, or what this fund is going to do, is figure out which Khalistani's backstory is genuine and whose backstory is not genuine. And this is what you need to do. Figure out whose backstory is genuine. And I'm saying, and I truly mean it, if a Khalistani, if you can prove, you have MI5, MI6, you have the top intelligence agencies of the world, you have Scotland Yard. So, UK, if a person has been politically victimized, all right? If a person has been politically victimized, or you say that somebody says that I am, this guy says that he's a homosexual, or he says that he is gay, or he is lesbian, he says that. And he's being victimized. That is one of the stories that have come out. They did this sting operation in the UK, in that famous, I think, Daily Mail or something like that, some newspaper. They did the sting operation, and actually there was a guy. The immigration lawyer gave him the story that say that you're a homosexual, say that you're a gay person. So you will immediately just say that you're from Punjab and say that you're a gay person. So all I want to say is that, I'm sure that in every state or union territory in India, there will be gay people, right? Like for any other country in the world. Or say that you were in love with a girl from a different caste, and, people are harassing you because of that. The government is harassing. This is what they say, the government is harassing us because apparently the government says that no, people only from the same caste must marry. This is what the Khalistanis spout nonsense. And the Goras, being Goras, they believe every nonsense that the Khalistanis say. So this intercaste problem must be happening in other states also. It must be happening in other union territories also. It must be happening all over India, because people of all castes and all religions live in all states and all union territories of India. Even in a place of high altitude like Ladakh, there are Sikhs, there are Christians, there are Muslims, there are Hindus, there are Buddhists, there are Jains. There's everybody there. And I'm sure there are intercaste marriages happening everywhere. So UK must say that, okay, how many people from India have claimed asylum basis the fact that they were homosexuals? Let's have, okay, this is the map of India. Let's figure out from where how many people have applied. Or let's say intercaste marriages, which these Khalistanis say that, I wanted to marry a girl from a different caste and the government of India got after me. Have a complete pan-India this thing, because that data will be available with Scotland Yard or with their relevant ministry. Put it out in front and let's see how many stories hold true. And if at all, they're found, to be true, which I'm 100% sure that none of the Khalistanis are telling the truth. If they're found to be true, God bless, but if they're found to be lying, which they will be, their citizenship must be cancelled. It must be revoked, and all the Khalistanis must be sent back to India to face punishment under Indian law. That is what the government of India is possibly demanding through this. This is my guess. This is my analysis. Now, in another news from India, in Srinagar, the Indian Air Force has deployed MiG-29 fighters. Earlier, MiG-21s used to be there, Abhinandan's case where he took off and there was this dogfight, and then his plane crashed, and then he was a POW for, I think, 24 hours plus before somebody from New Delhi gave a call to somebody in Pakistan and said that, free Abhinandan, or at 9 o'clock we are entering Pakistan, and Pakistan said, thank you very much, and Abhinandan, we love you, and please go back. And they dropped him back. But the moral of the story here is this, that, India has deployed upgraded MiG-29 fighter jets at Srinagar. Now, this is called the Trident squadron. The Trident squadron, and this overlooks not just the Kashmir Valley, This overlooks the entire Ladakh sector also. So 14 core and 15 core. I don't know about 16 core. 16 core is Jammu, that is south of Pir Panjal, because there are Air Force bases in Jammu also, but I don't know about the Air Force deployment. So I'm just guessing by news articles only. This is my guess. I could be wrong. This is my guess that 14 core, and there'll be other platforms also, or there'll be other air bases also. This is not just the only place, Srinagar. Srinagar is just one of the air bases. There could be other squadrons lined up in various places, across Ladakh and across Jammu and Kashmir, etc. This entire belt. So, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan has, quote unquote, allowed medicine imports from India. Thank you, Pakistan. This is exactly how India is going to become the richest economy in the world, because Pakistan imported 1 packet of Glucon-D and 3 Dispirins from India. Love you, Pakistan. Thank you so much. You're such sweethearts. You're so large-hearted. Pakistanis are actually celebrating in Pakistan. We gave business to India, they're saying. We gave business to India. This is the level of Pakistani intellect. They're so happy. They don't understand that we don't need your business. And I just want to say, medicines apart, these are cancer drugs, and there was a time when I very strongly felt that, and I was, I said, okay, we might have any problems and let's stop trade and let's stop everything, but medicines, we should not stop. Medicines we should keep on giving to Pakistan was my stand earlier, but I have corrected my stand. I don't think we need to give Pakistan anything at all. I would block the air flowing from India to Pakistan if it were up to me. If there was humanly such a device possible that you could press a button and stop the airflow, I would have stopped the airflow to Pakistan. I don't understand why we are sending medicines to Pakistan. Totally disagree with this policy. Why can't Pakistan take medicines from China? What's wrong with China? China is a brotherly country. It's sweeter than honey, higher than the Himalayas, deeper than the deepest oceans. What is wrong with China? Why can't Pakistan buy everything from China? Doesn't China make medicines? Of course. The question is, has China refused to give medicines? Because last time we gave medicines to Pakistanis, they didn't pay us the money for it. They swallowed the money and the medicines. So my point is that Pakistanis, you have to grow a spine. After 5th of August, abrogation of 370-35A, you said no trade. Then suddenly you said, okay, medicine. Then you said, okay, no medicine. Then okay, medicine. Now you're saying, okay, no medicine, and then medicine. What's wrong with you guys? You have a small headache and you actually come down on your knees. What's wrong with you? Let's say, okay, even serious medicines like cancer drugs. Why isn't China giving you cancer drugs? Why can't you import them from Dubai? Why can't you import them from brotherly Muslim countries? Or do those Muslim countries don't consider you brother any longer? You've been mooching off them for decades and they've gotten sick and tired of you. What's wrong with you? Why don't you get medicines from them? Today, Pakistan, it says, Pakistan allows. As if, now, this whole thing, Tribune India, cash-strapped Pakistan's drug regulatory watchdog has said that the hospitals and common citizens can import vital medicines, including anti-cancer drugs and vaccines from India for their use. A media report said on Friday, the Drug Regulatory Authority of Pakistan said there was no restriction on importing vital medicines from India under the Import Policy Order 2022, that is 2022, after obtaining NOC. Now, why medicines only? India should just say no. India should just say no, because if you have mercy on the Pakistanis, they will attack you again. I'm telling you, this whole, I don't want to call it, it's popularly on social media called the Prithviraj Chauhan syndrome. I don't want to call it the Prithviraj Chauhan syndrome. All I'm saying is that this is a wrong move. This is a totally wrong move. Allowing the Pakistanis, giving them visas to play cricket in India, then saying, okay, you can take, where are we headed? Why do we want to even engage with Pakistan for what? And why does Pakistan want to engage with us? I don't know. Pakistan will gain nothing from India. India will gain nothing from Pakistan. Pakistanis, you be happy in your country. You want nothing from us. We want nothing from you. Let's just stay apart. That is what the partition of India was about, right? The partition of India was a physical partition. Now, if you want to import everything from India, and just because Imran Khan stopped it, but before that, you were importing your vegetables from India, your grain from India, you were importing everything from India. If you have to import everything from India, watch Indian movies, want to play in IPL, want to act in Bollywood. Why in God's name did you create a different country? For what? Just so that some fool could become the Prime Minister or head of state? What's wrong with you guys? Please be sovereign, please be independent, stop troubling us. This is my request to you, stop troubling us. We want nothing to do with you, and I do sincerely hope you want nothing to do with us also. It's both ways. India wants nothing to do with Pakistan, and I do hope sincerely Pakistan wants nothing to do with India. And that's the way it should be. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, press like. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.